This is another marquee matchup. Big one this week coming in. Went from number one to number two. Biggest game, Dolphins and Chiefs. Dolphins and Chiefs. Had to think about this one. But I'm going with those Dolphins. This is a big game for the Dolphins. Just to prove that, hey, we're serious. We ain't been scoring 70 points. We ain't been winning all these games for no reason. We can beat a team like the Kansas City Chiefs if they're on our schedule. They want to prove something, that they're not phony, that they're serious. Go down to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they've been okay, but they haven't been sharp this year. There's a lot of games that they won that they could have easily lost. I believe the Dolphins can go down there and get this game away from the Chiefs. So I'm going with the Dolphins in week 9. Bears and Saints. Seems like I pick the Saints every week. It won't be no different this week against the Bears. I'm going to go with the Saints at home in week 9. The Bears, backup quarterback, which he's playing decent, but Saints ain't been all that great either. Let's be real. But you know what? If I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with the Saints. Saints in week 9. Commanders and Patriots. This is like another dumpster fire. Dumpster fire part 2 or 3. Which one is it? Dumpster fire. What's to call this one? Dumpster fire part 2. Dumpster fire part 2. Commanders and Patriots. I'm going to go with the Commanders in this dumpster fire. I feel like the Patriots got more newspaper to burn than the Commanders. So I'm going with them in week 9. Commanders. Buccaneers and Texans. Texans at home. You know what? I'm taking the Buccaneers this week against the Texans at home. Mostly frustration, to be honest with you. A lot of frustration. Texans, yeah, they need to get that one just like they supposed to get last week. Did it happen? No. C.J. Stroud looked like he kind of, underneath the table, called out Slowick, his offensive coordinator, about pushing the ball down the field. I think he just want to go out there and sling it around instead of playing this running game. Yeah, it's good to patch it up a little bit, not to be one-dimensional, run every once in a while, but you got to have more trust in C.J. Stroud. I've been talking about it myself. They need to push the ball down the field for big plays. They're not doing that. These check downs are not going to do it. Let one go in Carolina, which is crazy. I can't believe it. A lot of people can't believe it. If you're rooting for the Texans, you can't believe it. So yes, I'm frustrated. I am peed off about that. You can't lose these games. You know, I'm not going to go into a long rant, but we know what it is. Buccaneers going to get those Texans at home. Do I want it to happen? No. But we're going to see what kind of game they're going to come out with. Are they going to play this patty cake offense? Or are they going to push it down the field, whether you're completing the ball or not? Or are you going to get the defense something to think about? So it's going to be Buccaneers in week 9. I'm glad we're moving off of those because I'm going to get a headache in a minute. Colts and Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers on that one. Just came off a little semi-high beating the Texans. They're at home against the Colts. Bryce Young, he's been struggling a little bit, but if you play patty cake with him, he'll eventually catch a rhythm. And the Colts can play patty cake. So we're going with the Panthers in week 9. Cowboys and Eagles. This is another marquee game, another big one this week. A statement game. I think I picked the Eagles to lose 3 games this season. And I think one of them was going to be to the Cowboys. I just don't know what week it was. I got to go back and look at it. But I think if the Cowboys were at home, I probably went with the Cowboys this week. The Eagles are at home. I'm going to pick the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. That is a statement game. It's more of a must-win for the Cowboys than it is for the Eagles, because the Cowboys still want to prove that, hey, we finally got it together. We're going for a Super Bowl as well. But the Eagles at home, I'm taking the Eagles. And, hey, man, Cowboys can make some big noise if they pull that game out. That can be a toss-up. It just depends. So all eyes will be glued on this game for the NFC. Going with the Eagles in Week 9.